What's going on YouTube? It's Trev. What's that? What's that thing that you do because that's the way it's supposed to be done? But if you really think about it, you have no idea why you do it like that. We've all got those things. We all do it, right? I know why I do this particular thing. I was thinking about this to myself. When I walk up and down stairs, I do it very quietly. Sorry, I've been doing this all day. And I know why that is. I can remember clearly being a kid and being at my grandmother's house, and we would run up and down the stairs, and she would have a freaking fit. We would get in trouble for running up and down the stairs, so we learned how to walk up and down the stairs very quietly. You wouldn't even hear us coming, right? I still do it. There's no reason for it. I have my own house. I can run out. I can stomp my feet all I want if I wanted to, right? But I don't even do it purposefully anymore. It's just how I do it because I was trained that way from a little kid. And it just stuck with me, and there was no reason for it, right? I remember hearing a story about a woman who would cook pot roast for her husband. And she cooked pot roast for her husband for years. It was one of his favorite meals. And every time she would cook the pot roast, she would cut the ends off the pot roast, both ends, right? And put it in the pot, potatoes, blah, blah, blah. She'd make the pot roast. Finally, her husband one day asked her, "Why do you cut the ends off of the pot roast? I mean, you're wasting like a quarter of the pot roast. You throw it in the garbage. Why do you even do that?" She said, "That's how you do it. That's how you cook pot roast, right?" My mother used to cook pot roast for me. She never cut the ends off. She says, "Well, my mother did. This is her recipe that you love so much." And the woman called her mother and asked her what the reason was for cutting, because she knew there had to be a very legitimate reason for it, the juices or something, right? Her mother laughed and told her, "Well, when you were younger, we didn't have a lot of money. We'd make pot roast. We didn't have like some big, huge set of pans. The only pan that I had to make your father pot roast in was kind of a little pan. So he'd bring home these big hunks of meat, and I'd end up cutting the ends off of it just to fit it in the pan, right?" So all these years she had made pot roast that way, had no idea why she made it that way, but that was the way you made pot roast, and you really couldn't tell her any different, right? We all have those things. What am I talking about? What am I rambling about? Well, what do we talk about here? We talk about crypto, right? And currently, we are still in this meme coin mania, meme season. And a lot of people are having a really hard time with that, right? It's just not how you do it. You don't trade that. You don't buy those, right? Sorry. I don't care how good they look. I don't care if they skyrocket. I don't care if people are making millions of dollars. You don't do it, right? It's not something that you get involved in. And I wonder if that's not just one of those things for people who have been trading for an awful long time, with crypto or whatever, and they have the way to do it. Is it logical to say you can only trade one way, or you should only trade one type of cryptocurrency or stock or whatever? Well, some people will say, well, these meme coins are very, very dangerous. You've got to be super careful with them, so you should just stay away from them because they could be up, 500% today. Tomorrow they could be gone. You don't know anything about them. You don't know anything about the team. They could rug on you. They could just crash out of absolutely nowhere because there's nothing sustaining them as far as utility or use case or blah, blah, blah. The danger alone is should keep you out of it, right? When we invest, I don't care if it's stocks, I don't care if it's crypto, I don't care if it's a very stable crypto. We're gambling. We're taking a risk. And this is why we say and we're very serious about it. Everybody should. This is rule number 1, and it should always be adhered to. Do not invest more than you can afford to invest, or more than you can afford to lose, right? So if you stick to that and you invest in something and you gamble, right? You buy your lottery ticket, and it does go to zero tomorrow, you could afford to do that, right? People go and buy lottery tickets all the time. I sit at the bar and I'm playing Keno. Before I know it, I'm $20, $40, $60 in, because I can. Chances are I'm not going to win, right? Maybe I'll win $5 or $10 back, but I can afford to do it, so I do it. If I needed that $20 to put milk in the fridge, I wouldn't be doing it, right? So I guess that's a valid reason that people will give as far as it just not being stable, it being kind of dangerous. But aren't they all dangerous? I mean, let's look at things like, Terra Luna, right? Everybody was making a killing with that. Boom. Within a couple of days, everybody was dead broke. I mean, people lost billions. You taking your kids to Toys R Us lately? You go and buy them some toys for Christmas? No, you didn't. You know why? Toys R Us is gone. If you were involved in that stock, gone, right? Big company, You never know. It is a risk no matter what we are doing, what we're involved in, whether it's something that is normally stable, or if it's something that we're just kind of gambling on that's just came out of the blue and we feel like has a potential to run. Well, if you don't invest more than you can afford to lose and you want to gamble, it's your money, right? I'm not here, and don't listen to anyone else who tells you that you should do it this way or you shouldn't do it that way or whatever. I mean, you can take advice if you want, you can listen, but ultimately it's up to you. So these meme coins, yeah, I've been covering a couple of them, right? When Pepe came out, I talked about that a little bit. I got into Pepe. I got out of Pepe, right? Made a little bit of a profit. Some people made a lot more profit. Some people made a heck of a lot of profit and then lost it all because they stayed in too long, right? Will it come back? I don't know. This is the whole thing about memes, okay? I was talking about Elmo, right? And I still talk about Elmo. I think that Elmo has phenomenal potential, but this isn't financial advice. This is just how I personally feel about it, right? And people, I've had people that I deal with and talk to all the time, people that I trust and really like, tell me I'm out of my mind, right? And I shouldn't even talk. In fact, someone very prominent that we all know that I love to death told me I should delete all of my Elmo content. And I have no desire to do that because I tell you guys all the time, do what you want to do with your money. I'm just telling you about things that I'm doing, right? So I don't feel like I have to do that. But, Elmo, and let's look at Elmo actually real quick, right? I'm going to pull up the chart and let's talk about it. So Elmo is, what did I do here? How did that, I don't know. Elmo, if we look at and this is the whole chart, right? Because Elmo was released, when's the first date? May 2nd. And today is, what did I do? How am I drawing lines here? Today is what? Today's the 16th, 17th or something like that, right? So just over a couple weeks. I don't know why I drew that line. I don't even know how I did that. The other day, I deleted every tag or every pinned message in a TG that I'm in, and I have no idea how I did it. I should not be let near technology ever. Anyway, but look at this chart, right? So people are going to say, oh, you should stay away from this, get away from this. But if you got involved, back then, and you held on to it, look how this thing has gone up. I'm going to actually purposely draw a line now, right? Let me draw a little arrow thing, see if I can do this right. So it started down here, and here's where we are currently. That is a decided upward trajectory. Continuously. It's gone above and it's gone beyond that, below that trend line. It's gone way below that trend line. This was that scam that happened that we talked about, right? And look what happened. Boom! bounce right back, right above the trend line. And this right here, like one square is 12 hours. So less than half a day, that came down and within 12 hours, boom, it was right back above the trend line again, right? And this is where it's going. I mean, what angle is that? Is that like a 45-degree angle this thing is traveling at? Why would I tell anybody, stay away from that, don't get involved in that? Look at the money that people are making. And I really don't see right now this thing really dwindling or stopping. It's not slowing down. It's not even plateauing, right? I mean, I guess if you want to look at, from here to here over the last 12 hours, it's kind of done this sideways thing. But ultimately, zoom out, right? And this is what's going on. Now, where is it going to be, tomorrow? If I extend this line, what are we going to do? Are we going to continue on this line? If it dipped down and it just started going this way like this, like some other things that I can point to, I would say, okay, let's think about what's happening here. You know what I mean? Let's slow down for a minute, right? Like for no reason. Like I said, yeah, you see that here, and this was that scam that happened, which was really stupid, but it is what it is, right? But if it just started doing that because people weren't interested anymore, or it was just losing steam, or there was no volume, look at the volume down here, right? If it was doing that, then you got to say, okay, well, we got to think about this thing. What's going on here, right? Can they turn it around? Is it dying? Whatever. But, if it comes down, well, my thing is dying on me here. If it comes down and then goes back up and stays on this trajectory, that means there's still money to be made. This particular team, I talk to them daily. I'll be honest with you, daily, and several times daily. And I'm always trying to keep up on what's happening, what's going on. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts on that? Where are we going with it? And their thoughts are strictly on moving forward and moving upward, development, developing things. There are NFTs that will be out very, very soon, and these NFTs, badass NFTs, right? Not no garbage, hand-drawn NFTs. These are really, really cool, right? Staking, right? The staking basically has been tested. It's going to be sent to the auditor because they want to make sure that it's audited and everything is straight with it. Auditing costs money. Who's gonna just dive out of a project if they're spending that kind of money on it, right? So you're going to be able to stake pretty soon. We were just listed on a central CEX today, right? And there is tomorrow. They're starting talks with another CEX that wants to potentially list. We got the burn tax. We've burned off so much of this supply daily, it's unbelievable. There's nothing about what's going on right now with this project that I would say, no, okay, let's keep an eye on it. It might be slowing down. It might be stopping. It is just starting as far as I'm concerned and from what I see. Again, not financial advice. Do whatever you want to do with your money. But anybody who's thinking, it's already gone up to, 2.8, almost to 3 cents already. It was, 2 zeros and 4 or 5 when it started. It's too late. You know what I mean? You're chasing it, right? It's very early. We're only a couple weeks in. Yes, it has had explosive growth in that time, but we're a couple weeks in. With what's planned for this thing, and with what's coming, and the plan of this team, right? It's early. It's very, very early. If you jumped in right now and this thing went to 10 cents, even just 10 cents, if it went to, or do you want to, if you're thinking about it, right? I'm not telling anybody what to do, but if you're thinking about it and you're going to say, nah, it's already at almost 3 cents, I'm not going to do it, right? What are you going to say when it's 10 cents? Damn, I wish I got in when it was 3. I'm not saying that it's going to go to 10 cents. I'm saying that I don't see anything slowing it down right now. And if it went to 10 cents, if it went to 50 cents, if it went to $1, which is the goal of this team, they have whales and everything lined up working with them to make this the first meme coin to ever reach $1. This is the singular goal, right? I happen to know these guys. I know they're capable of pulling it off. Whether it's going to happen or not, we can't tell the future, right? But I know they're capable of pulling it off. So I'm hanging in there. I don't see anything that's slowing this down. And so the people out there who will tell you, don't do that, get out of that, don't even get involved in something like that. Why? If it's making money and we are traders, if what we're doing is taking our money and trying to make it make more money, why is the right way to do that over 3 to 5 to 10 years? Why can't you do that in 3 months? Right? Why can't you make a lot of money in 3 months and then put it in those safe things? Why? Why can't you? Nobody will really tell you why you can't do that. They just tell you, oh, that's not the way you do it. It's just one of those things, right? That's how I feel about it. It's my opinion. So anyway, yeah, that's that one. I have no idea what I just did. I'm pressing buttons and all kind of things are screwing up here. Anyway, that's what I wanted to talk to you about, okay? This meme coin thing. And if, like yesterday, right? Mule. I found out from a friend of mine who runs Cookie Sale Launchpad, which is really cool too, which you should also check out because they got some cool stuff going on over there. I found out that, I tell you all the time, I have friends who have friends, right? And he found out from another friend about this cryptocurrency called Mule. And I had never heard of it, didn't know anything about it, but he said that he was going in on it, right? He said, my friend told me about it, told me it's going to be hype. I'm YOLOing in. I don't really even know much about it right now. We're just chit-chatting. I said, all right, I'll YOLO in too, right? And I bought like 1 trillion of them. Didn't cost me anything. The thing had like 9 zeros, right? I bought it last night. I went to bed. I woke up. The thing 5x'd this morning. I took out my initial deposit and was still way up, right? It came down a little bit, so I bought a little bit more, and it's still on its way up, right? The thing is, if I lose it, if I lose what I put in, I'm fine with that. I can afford to do it, right? But if this thing actually goes up and I wake up tomorrow and it's 5x, 10x again, maybe I'll take some more profit. What's wrong with making money however you can make the money or however fast you can make the money, right? I could wake up tomorrow and it could be gone, but I didn't put in more than I could afford to lose. So what? If I'm going to take that gamble, I'm a grown man. That's what I want to do, right? That's what I want to do. If it's what you want to do, cool. Don't let anybody tell you can't. It's your cash, right? All right, I'll talk to y'all later. If you have any comments about that, you have any feelings about this meme coin thing, right? Is it good? Is it bad? Am I crazy? Should everybody stay away from it? Or are you taking advantage of it and making some quick cash yourself? Why not, right? Let me know. Leave it in the comment section. Hit the like button, subscribe, blah, blah, blah. Don't subscribe. I don't really care. I really don't, right? I do this for fun, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me know that by hitting the like button. And I will talk to y'all later. Ciao.